it's me Alex. Today I wanted to do a little review and demo featuring some glitters and a liquid lipstick from the brand Glam Goth Beauty. Now this is a brand that I had actually been looking at for a long time, but I never quite pulled the trigger on it. I don't know why. I think it's just because I'm very often just kind of going for eyeshadow palettes and how dare you? But I really just kind of go for eyeshadow palettes, and so any other brand that carries other things I usually don't go for. Now they do actually have an eyeshadow palette, but it was like a rainbow palette. That wasn't like the first thing that I wanted to try from the brand. So they have one eyeshadow palette, some liquid lipsticks, they also carry false lashes, and they have biodegradable glitters. The biodegradable glitters was my first thing that I was most excited about. And the other awesome thing about Glam Goth Beauty, besides the fact that they make biodegradable glitters, is that they are both black and queer owned, which just kind of makes the brand even better. And they just have a really cool alternative style about them that just makes me really interested. So I caught a sale at the beginning of like middle of May, I think, middle of May, beginning of June, and so I decided to buy, I believe, 8 glitters as well as 1 liquid lipstick that I'm wearing. I have not yet tried all of the glitters, but I have tried enough of them that I feel like I kind of have a very good feel for how they perform, because they do come in like different sizes. Some are very fine, some are very chunky, and you can see them in different forms. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the packaging. And all of the glitters came in this really cute little satin bag, which I love a whole lot, and honestly I'm keeping this bag around because it's adorable. They come in this really cute, can you focus? Do I have a lot of focus on? No, I don't. Okay. They come in these cute little diamonds, and this is probably my favorite glitter packaging that I've come across. I also own glitters from Slayfire Cosmetics and Fluid Beauty. These are loose glitters. The Slayfire glitters I have are glitter gels. These are loose glitters, and they come in a little package like this where it looks like a little diamond. And they have different themes for their glitters, so they just have their general ones. They also have some that are horror themed. They also have zodiac themed glitters, so you can even buy like your entire birth chart off of there. You know, that's something that you desire. So I'll show you the ones that I got. I also am wearing one on my lids right now, which you will see in a little while after I kind of review it in the demo portion of this. So let me go ahead and show you the ones that I have. So this one is from their Glamourween collection. It is called Beetlejuice, and I wish I had a good way of swatching them. Let me just kind of roll up my sleeves and see what I can do for y'all. Let me just apply some of this glitter glue to my arm. So this is Beetlejuice, and as you can see, it comes in a little container like this where you can pop it open, and there's like a little hole in the top. This is not my brightest idea, but there on top of my knitting needles is the Beetlejuice one, which is kind of a combination of purple and silver glitter. I also really wish that my towel that I normally use to wipe off swatches wasn't in the washing machine.
Just did a bad thing. I regret the thing I did.
Okay, anyway, this next one is called Paradiso from their Divine Fantasy collection, and this one is sort of a fine yellowy green shimmer shade. They're all shimmers, they're glitters, Alex. And this is what that looks like there. Next up is from their Birth Chart collection, which is Gemini, and this is also kind of a yellowy green one. I just have a thing for yellowy greens. That's a problem. I want them all. And I also got Gemini because that's my moon sign. I was going to try and do like my whole birth chart, but they didn't have like a couple of them in stock, so I decided to kind of opt for the ones like just my sun, moon, and rising side. Okay, and this one is a little bit darker than the one above it, Paradiso. Next up is from their Glamourween collection volume 2, and this is in the shade It, which is a very beautiful, a little bit chunkier red glitter. So I decided to swatch this one towards the top because I would have room up there. And as you can see, since it's a bit chunkier, it doesn't come out quite as much, so this one would make for a very good like sort of topper shade on top of like a full coverage like red or something, or you could keep layering it up. It all depends on kind of what your style is. And then also from the Glamourween collection, I've used this one and I really like it. This is in the shade Hellraiser. It's this very beautiful sapphire blue, and this one is not swatching well. because I can't swatch it on the proper side of my arm. And so you can kind of see how that blue is looking there. It's very beautiful and metallic, and I just like love doing a monochromatic blue eye look and then just like putting that all over the lid. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna rub some of that glitter glue kind of further over on my arm, that way you can potentially see it better. My swatching abilities are questionable. Why do y'all come to me for this? Next is also from the Glamourween collection, and this is in Halloween, which is a pumpkin-y orange glitter. I almost used this one on my lid, but then I decided to go for the one that I did, which I'm really happy about. And this is a really pretty fine glitter, like that. You gotta check that out, that's beautiful. Next to last is in Sagittarius, which I got because that's my rising sign, and that is a lovely little purple shimmer. And this is about the same consistency as the Halloween and Hellraiser ones. I'm just swatching it like that, which you can kind of see. It's mostly purple, but if you look really closely, it does have a bit of a red shift to it. And then lastly is the shade that I'm wearing on my lid, which is Taurus, which I got because I am one of those, and also I'm very happy because, as you can tell, it's an actual dimensional interesting shade, which is great because usually Tauruses don't get the most interesting colors named after us, so this is a very beautiful duochrome. It's not going to swatch super great, but that's more because of my abilities and not because of the glitter. But you can really see how it performs all over my lid, like I don't have a base shade under it or anything. So now that there will be glitter literally everywhere in my room, I do want to kind of talk to you about like how they are to apply. I am definitely someone who prefers a glitter gel over a loose glitter, but that's more because I am not always the greatest at applying them. I like something with a little bit more ease of application, but in terms of packaging of different glitters that I have, this is the best loose glitter packaging. A lot of loose glitters often come in jars that don't really have any sort of filter, and these just have a little like tab you can lift up at the top where you can see where you can just like have a little hole where the glitter comes out. And I think that is kind of the best way of storing glitter, so that way it can come out pretty easily, you can access it, but without it spilling everywhere, which I really like because I've made that mistake with some of my loose glitters before. It wasn't pretty. And I also find that generally speaking, the fine glitters tend to apply pretty opaquely. The chunky glitters you might have to use as a little bit more of a topper, but I think that's more the nature of the glitter, and you can always build just about anything you want up, so it's not too terribly much of a big deal. I think that they wear really nicely. They're not really uncomfortable on my eyes. I sometimes find that if I do like a whole glitter all over my lid, that it can get pretty uncomfortable, but I really haven't had that experience with these. Overall, I'm just really impressed with the glitters and the different shades that they've come up with as well. As you know, my other favorite glitter brand is Slayfire Cosmetics, and I really love them because they do a lot of very bright and vibrant colors, and I think that Glam Goth kind of picks up where Slayfire doesn't do, of doing more like dimensional grungy shades, so they both really have their own sort of lane, and so I can get my bright and colorful neon-y shades from Slayfire, and if you're more into kind of grungy gothy shades, then go for the Glam Goth Beauty ones. I also wanted to talk about the liquid lipsticks that they have. I only ordered one just because I really wanted to try out the formula before I bought a whole bunch more. That's what I'm wearing on my lips right now. It's in the shade Perish, and I got this because I really don't own any sort of liquid lipsticks like these. This is sort of like a deep browny nude, and I've actually been wearing this a lot here recently. I especially like it when I'm doing like minimal eye makeup, but I also feel like it works really well with sort of a grungier look such as this. And this is what the packaging looks like. I really like how this one looks. I don't know why I just find this very aesthetically pleasing. I like the little ombre in that. It kind of, I think Huda Beauty has similar packaging, but I think this, like, I like any packaging with that little like black ombre effect where you can really just kind of see the color at the very bottom. As for the formula, I think it goes for just about your standard liquid lipstick. Like, I wouldn't not buy from this formula. It doesn't, like, it's pretty comfortable for me to wear, in my opinion. If you're someone who doesn't like very drying matte lipsticks, it might not be for you, but I'm still someone who is riding the matte liquid lipstick train until the day I die, so I personally really like it. Yeah, so overall, I think the brand, if you're interested in trying some loose biodegradable glitters and you especially want to try buying from more black-owned makeup brands, then Glam Goth Beauty is definitely one that you need to check out. And now I am going to get into the demo of how I did this little eye look. Okay, so I'm actually going to start y'all at the beginning of the eye look before I do the glitter, just so that you can really see what the process is. So for the eye look, I'm actually going to use the Huda Beauty Mini Amethyst Obsessions palette. I've really been getting into some of her mini palettes recently, and I just got this one in the mail yesterday. So I figure this would be pretty good for the sort of look that I want to do. So I'm going to begin with this little matte shade up here. And I'm going to use it on the blending end of an Anastasia brush and just put that in my crease. And I'm just going to kind of do, a traditional, well, not traditional in color, but traditional in shape sort of eye look. And I'll blend that onto the outer corner as well. Okay, so now I'm going to really sort of try and deepen that up. So I'm going to take this darker plum shade here, and I'm going to use it on a more precise brush to get in there more precisely. I'm starting at the outer corner and kind of blending my way in. And then I'm just going to blend around those edges real quick. Now it's going to be glitter time, so I'm going to use my e.l.f. glitter glue and this little kind of precise pencil-y flat brush. I really just don't know good brush names. And I'm going to just put that all over my lid. I might try and do a little bit of a cut crease, I might not. We'll see how it goes. And then for the glitter I'm actually going to use the shade Taurus because I am one. And this is a really interesting kind of duochrome-y shift. And so what I think I'm going to try and do, because these are loose glitters and I'm generally used to working with glitter gels, I am going to, so it comes in a little container like this where you can lift up the top. And I think I'm just going to try and stick my brush in there and just sort of apply it that way. Because I've tried the method of patting some out on my hand, pouring it out and then putting it on, which I can't gauge how much I actually need, so that didn't quite go as well. So let's give this one a shot and see what happens. And I'm going to start it up at the crease, so that way you can make it as precise as you need. I'm really loving this color. I haven't had a chance to work with this one yet. This makes me very, very happy. And it also makes me happy that finally Taurus gets a shade that isn't boring. Because we always get brown. Just because we're an earth sign does not mean that we exclusively need boring colors. But look at that shift. I don't know how much you can see on camera, but this is real. This duochrome shows up quite nicely. Okay, I'm gonna start working this on the other eye and then I'll come back with more glitter glue if I need to. Our children are crabbing.
Twins are trying to decide who gets the corner.
The usual. I think what I'm going to try and do to get towards the outer portion is just kind of maybe tap it on with my finger. I recently cut my fingernails, so that'll be a bit easier to work with, right? Right. Oh, this is beautiful. So I think that is enough glitter for the lid, which, is debatable in some circles, but I figure I would do the most accessible. And I'm just going to blend it out with that darker plum shade towards the outer corner. That way there won't be any real like line of demarcation between the glitter and the matte shadow. I am gonna have to kind of clean up my face a little bit because I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but there is glitter in places being my under eyes, but yeah, I'm liking this a lot. Okay, so I've wiped off my under eyes, so I'm just going to kind of do on the lower lash line what I did in my crease. So I'm going to begin with that purple up here, and I have to specify and show you all the purples because this palette is all purples. And then I'm just going to use that darker plum to deepen it up. Okay, so for my inner corner highlight, I am going to use this little kind of pinky purple shade down here. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do my lashes, my lipstick, which by the way, I'm just gonna mention that before I put it on, but you'll also know this from like the rest of the video. This is also from Glam Goth Beauty in the shade Perish. So yeah, you will see me at the end of the video. Okay, and that is it for this video. Let me know what you thought of it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see y'all in my next one. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye!